There was an Italian police with his lights on chasing after the group that Valentino was in. So last year I did adventure drives, and this was the first time they were going to Europe. So I was joining them, and it was basically an automotive vacation with a bunch of Rob Ferretti's YouTube influencer friends. We toured Europe in Germany, Austria, Italy, and Switzerland. And my favorite part of the whole 8-day rally was our time spent with Valentino Balboni as he gave us a tour around Italy. Valentino usually comes to the US and does the adventure drives with them. Well, this year we were on his home turf, so who better to give us a tour around Italy than Valentino? He's probably the biggest face to the name brand of Lamborghini. In 1968, at 19, Valentino became a mechanic apprentice, and quickly he started test driving cars. And he's actually the test driver that has driven every single Lamborghini Countach ever built. After over 40 years of service with Lamborghini, due to the Italian work laws, he had to retire. And as a retirement gift, I guess you could say, he was given the chance to spec out his very own Lamborghini Gallardo. And that would become the Balboni LP 550-2. This Gallardo was actually rear-wheel drive to save some weight and to give the driver a little more excitement. You could get it in 6-speed or E-gear, and the car is probably most well known for the white stripe down the center. So one of the worst things Lamborghini did, or didn't do, was actually give him one of these cars. However, one benevolent owner of a Balboni edition Gallardo has basically given him one to borrow indefinitely, and that's the orange LP 550 Balboni edition that you probably see him driving the most. So while in Italy, we met up with him on the run in Sant'Agata, home of Lamborghini factory and the museum. We met him there for lunch and had a long, drawn-out Italian 12-course lunch. Had a good time talking with Valentino, and after lunch he took us on a guided tour of the Lamborghini Museum. Now, what better way to see the Lamborghini Museum than to be guided by Valentino Balboni himself? Some of the notable cars that we saw at the Lamborghini Museum was the new Urus SUV concept. We saw the 4-door Lambo, the Estoque, the all-carbon fiber Sesto Elemento, the 2006 Mura concept, and a lot of other neat, notable cars, the Veneno, the first Lamborghini Countach. I think what I like most about Valentino is he's more interested in talking about you than he is about his amazing 40-year career with Lamborghini. He really didn't want to answer too many questions. He was more concerned with asking me about what I did and the kind of interesting things that I do in cars. And he got a kick out of the cannonball and of other things that I've done in the past. So after the Lamborghini tour, we headed down to Florence, and Valentino was actually riding down along with us for the night. So we headed down there in a few different groups, and I remember hearing on the radio about one of them was talking about how there was an Italian police with his lights on chasing after the group that Valentino was in. Thankfully, they didn't get caught, but they must have been having a nice time driving down to Florence. Well, we were trailing a little bit behind. So we got settled into our hotel in Florence and then headed out to dinner. And it was really a pretty amazing time. We were on a rooftop bar in Florence, Italy, having dinner and drinks with Valentino Balboni. It was just really a surreal experience because we're in a town that was built 59 BC by Julius Caesar, and I'm here with this legendary Lamborghini driver on this exotic car rally. Here in the United States, we really don't have a famous test driver for any of our brands. But in Italy, he's kind of recognized like maybe a NASCAR or some kind of like famous race car driver would be here in the United States. So after a dinner and drinks and hanging out on this rooftop bar in Florence with Valentino Balboni, the next morning we set out. We saw some sights early on, but our first destination of the day was the Rufino Winery in Tuscany, where we would be joining Valentino for a tour and a lunch. Tuscany is really not that far away from Florence, so after about a 30-40 minute drive, we arrived, and it was just really an amazing time to be in Tuscany at a winery, in a wine cellar with Valentino Balboni. I think the most meaningful thing was really just the interest that he took in me as a person, and I saw him interact with others, in the same fashion. He's really just a car enthusiast, kind of like you and I, just one who's afforded himself the chance to drive a bunch of Lamborghinis, and obviously now he tours around the world at different Lamborghini events, and he's pretty much the spokesman for Lamborghini, I guess you could say, or the guy who puts a face with a brand name. You worry that these ideas that you have about this person are going to be false. But with Valentino, he really came across as just very authentic, very into cars, and just a car guy like you and me.
Are you looking to buy your dream car? Premier Financial Services offers the flexibility of financing with the tax benefits of leasing. The PFS Simple Lease offers quick approvals and easy termination when you are ready for the next car. Visit our website and follow us for more.